What's up, and welcome to our podcast, Toast to Tea.
We're two friends that love the world of celebrity and pop culture and talking about it with you.
To join our world of celebrity, make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our podcast. Now hit it.
It's about that time.
Wait, where's the Chris Cam?
To say cheers to our world of celebrity.
1000%.
They're back together, and it feels just right.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya.
Raise your glass.
I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Courtney Revolution.
Because it's our moment to
Toast to tea.
Courtney, hello. We are fully in the time between our birthdays.
Yeah, I know. It's
The
we're in
best
thick of it.
time.
Girl.
It's the best.
How was your birthday, Maddison Hill?
It was so good. But I feel, 31. Courtney, I actually feel a lot better going into 31 than I did 30. So I feel like that's good. I don't know. I just feel like 30, I was I was like so scared, emotional. I don't know why. It really messed with my psyche. But for some reason, 31, I feel more like, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're in the right place. We're where
You're
we're
young
supposed
as
to
hell.
be. Thank you. I don't feel young as hell because I literally ate dinner late last night and had a stomach ache. I'm like, is this what this means? I ate dinner at 8:30 and came home feeling like I was 3 months pregnant with a food baby.
Not the food
My
baby.
digestion is aging, and it already wasn't great to begin with.
You want to know what I had late last night?
Yes.
The halal guys, and I haven't had it in such a long time since they left West Hollywood. So I had to Postmate it from K-Town.
Oh.
But it was worth it.
Worth every
It was
price.
$33, but it was worth it.
Okay, well, I treated myself last night too. We went to Funky in Beverly Hills, which I hadn't been there before. And when we got there, I was laughing. There was like paparazzi outside. I was like, oh, this is bougie. They're waiting for people to get in here.
It was waiting for
They
you.
didn't take my picture, which was offensive, but whatever. It's fine.
They were giving you
Fine.
privacy. Here's your
Yeah,
day.
that's true. I was like, hello, I am Madison Hill, and you don't want my photo? You're not going to sell this to TMZ?
You are
One
silly.
day. I can't wait, Courtney. That is when I will know we've really made it, is when someone sells a story to TMZ about us.
Oh my God, Maddison.
I'm ready for
my
that
biggest
day.
dream and my greatest nightmare all at once. At least let it be a positive
same.
story. Like Khloe Kardashian slaps us. Put that in the TMZ.
Tristan
Oh,
Thompson
yes,
tried
I'll
to
take
hit
it.
me with a car. Like, literally,
Oh,
I just know that is when we will have our moment. Because we've already gotten dragged by a celebrity. So now the next step is someone sells a story about us to TMZ.
somebody better make some money.
Yeah. And at that point, we're already going to be having full bank accounts, so we won't even care. We'll be like, you know what? Get your check. Our check is good. So do what you got to do.
Maddison, I have to tell you something.
Yes, tell me.
We have to get you to try the chicken and waffle bites at Schwartz and Sandy's. That's my new thing.
Really?
Whenever I go there, I don't get anything else. I get me an espresso martini with
There's-
tequila
Okay.
and my chicken and waffle bites. Yes.
Okay.
It has like the spicy syrup. Because it's like
All
people
right.
people are like imagining like a piece of chicken and waffle. It's
Yeah.
chicken bites deep fried in the waffle batter. And then you dip it in the spicy maple.
Okay.
syrup, and you get a little fries on the side.
We're going next Tuesday. We planned a date to celebrate our birthdays, obviously.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm excited for that now because I've actually never eaten at Schwartz and Sandy's. I've only ever gotten wine.
Yes,
I'm
I've
boring.
started to eat there now. I've started to venture out. And I've started to try things. I haven't made it to the lobster corn dog just yet, but the chicken and waffles, they definitely have my heart. So if you're in LA, y'all, please go support Schwartz at least.
Courtney's like, I am supporting the restaurant workers.
I am the
We do-
SNS street team.
Yes, we do not support Sandoval. That goes without saying.
we can't do that because we're supporting women.
Yes, so sorry. But everyone else who works at Schwartz and Sandy's, because everyone who I've met who works there is lovely.
Shout out to Hector.
That's who I feel like we have to support. You know what I mean? Like, everyone there is lovely. Brett has always been super kind, the GM, like, just very lovely. So I cannot wait. And now I'm ready for some chicken and waffle bites.
Yes, girl, you know I got you with a good recommendation.
I am ready. Also, Courtney, hello. This is the first time we're catching up about Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Obviously, we're going to talk more about the fallout from Tortured Poets Department later. But just off the top, Favorite songs?
I can do it with a broken heart is definitely up there for me. I'm gonna get you back. I would probably say Down Bad's probably my favorite.
I
Down Bad's
knew
probably my favorite.
you were gonna say that.
Down
For-
bad
I just
crying
knew-
at the gym.
at
I
the
said,
gym.
me, bitch! Me! She heard me! She saw
I also
me!
have seen so many videos of people being like, I don't know if I want to cry to Down Bad or twerk. And it's like, I'm
Yeah.
down bad, crying at
Crying
the
at the
gym. Then
gym.
it's like shaking the
Hey.
tush. And I'm like, that's how I feel too. I also have said, like, I think that would be Travis Kelce's favorite song. Like, he doesn't even care that these songs are about other men, but I just see him vibing. Down bad, crying at the gym.
Hey!
Everything comes out, teenage petulant.
If I
Can't have him. I also love that she has a potty mouth on this album.
Oh, yeah.
I've never felt more seen.
I feel like there's like a lot less editing lyrically on this album, which I can appreciate.
Yes.
It makes it the
No,
music
I
feel more
like it.
human.
Yes, absolutely. I
What about
love
your
a cussing
favorites?
Taylor Swift. Okay, I also love I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I
Mm-hmm.
also love Down Bad, obviously. And then I love But Daddy, I Love Him. I was vibing to that hardcore in the car yesterday.
Yeah.
I also love the Candid. Oh frick! What's the one? Marcus, Cassie.
It's like Marcus, Chloe, so and so.
No, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
I've really been listening to that a lot as well. And The Prophecy, even though it's so sad, but it feels like a follow up to Peace, and Peace is one of my favorite songs ever. So
Can I say something to the people that are upset with the sonics of the sound of this
Oh, yes.
album? I just want to say, this album, the agenda of this album was not to like make big pop hits, I think, if that makes sense. And I think a lot of people since 1989 are looking for every Taylor project to like capture that sound or that moment or what have you. Same goes with like people that really enjoy Reputation. But the agenda of this album was not that. However, my prediction is, oh girl, that next album, because she's in
Thank you.
love. That next
Courtney.
album is probably gonna be some of the best pop music Taylor Swift has ever made in her career, and that's what I'm
Thank
hungry
you.
for. Yeah.
Thank you. I just had this conversation last night, actually, with, now I love my holiday. You know I love Holly. But she was like, there's just no song, because she's a pop girl. She wants pop. She wants to scream in her car. She wants her moment. And so I told her, I said, listen, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. And I said, also, I'm going to Get You Back, because I love the dichotomy of I'm going to get you back. I thought she would like that one too. But she was saying that. She was like, I just feel like, and I was like, this was not the purpose. The purpose was we are healing on this album. We are ripping trash men to shreds, which
It's like
you know
a
I'm always here
transitional
for.
album,
Yes.
I think, you know?
Yes. And now that she got it out, and I said the next album will be the pop hits, because she is thriving. She is finally living the life that she's like wanted to live publicly but can't. Also, what is your commentary on people who are like, she hates the Swifties, jokes on you guys, like love that you're supporting somebody who hates you?
It's definitely not.
It's not that. And I've
It's
seen so
not
many
that.
threads post about it, and I'm like, these journalists think that they're like, gotcha. And I'm like, got who?
I'm like, she talking about y'all that are like up there making these long ass Twitter threads about how, oh girl, I can't be a fan anymore. She needs to. Over in the Nicki Minaj community, we call them manager barbs. Like, girl, you're not about to control this girl's career or her life. So like, we get that you have opinions and commentary, but it's like she said, she's never gonna read your soliloquies. So shove it and mind your business.
Exactly. I did not feel like personally attacked. I honestly was like, yeah, some of those people who, in my opinion, aren't even necessarily like real fans. I think they're people who just want to have conversations and like be seen and are somewhere where they're just behind a computer screen. Because I feel like people who are real fans of artists want to see them thrive and be happy, regardless of who they're with and if they like them or not.
Maddison the Hill, it's fine if you don't remember. Maybe Community, you guys know specifically. I want to check after the show. Did Taylor collab with Ice Spice before or after the Matty Healy split? Were they still kind of like talking or in the news as together when the Karma remix was kind of coming together, or was it after he messed her up? She said, "Let me get my girl."
Yeah, it was more so after we were hearing reports of them fizzling. And now,
He's
after
not.
listening to the album, it sounds like he straight up ghosted her, which, what a coward. Yeah.
And he ghosted her because the public? Am I reading that right?
That's how
Because everyone
I'm
has so much
interpreting
commentary?
it. Yes, I'm interpreting it as at the beginning, he loved the attention, which I agree because I feel like they were kind of public right off the bat. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like at the beginning, I think at first he liked that it was secret because she talked about that. Then I feel like at the beginning of it being public, he was like, okay. And then, you know, he has an ego on them. And then he was like, well, I don't want to be the man on the arm. You know, I'm also an artist
Yeah.
in my own right. And I think he was also on drugs the whole time, which was also an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, the man loves a substance.
It's crazy to think that a relationship so short could breed so many songs.
No, for sure. And I also,
That
I'm
messed with
glad
her.
that we got this because now I understand the Matty Healy phase. Before, I just was like, this guy
was like, what
looks
is
like
this?
he reeks of cigs, and I am not saying my. I guess
He's
I
the
guess I was
tattooed
one of,
golden retriever.
I guess I was one of the problematic Swifties because I was like, are we sure we're doing that? But I would never like drag her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
gonna sit
yeah,
up there and be like, Taylor, what are you doing?
Good
I'm just gonna
woman.
be like, really, my girl. We normally have similar tastes, and I'm not saying
But
the.
I'm missing something.
I'm missing something. I'm not seeing the vibes. But I feel like she was so starved for attention at the end of her relationship with Joe Alwyn because that man was clearly a wanker, to use a
Ooh.
term from the British.
Wanker.
A wanker. And I feel like Matty Healy swooped back in. They'd been on and off. They had previous relations. And I think she probably romanticized, like, okay, I had to give 6 years of my life to this man because I was meant to pick things back up with Matty Healy. And she got herself all worked up, as we often do. I've been there. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
girl, you know, you and I have planned things 6 years into it. Like, you know, we're like, oh, we like this person as a crush. And now we're married and we're down bad at the gym. You know,
Yeah.
it's a normal thing to do. And so I think it makes me understand the Matty Healy phase more. And I understand why she was so in it because I think she was just like, I also think he love bombed her. Like, imagine like this man putting a wedding ring on your, like taking your ring off, putting it on your wedding finger, being like, we're going to get married. Like, what?
I'm like, did you get too close that he got scared?
Yeah. I also think he just, again, not to bring up the D word, but I think
Yeah,
he was
but-
just like also high a lot of the time and just like, she kind of was like, I can't deal. Like one day it's hot, one day it's cold, and you're texting my friend for pills.
Yeah, that gagged me. I said, spill it, girl.
Oh, the smallest man who ever lived. I cannot imagine that being about me.
Girl, I would just stop listening to music.
Yeah.
Stop listening to music. Stop leaving my house. Because
And he left
I
his
mean,
house, and we now know what he had to say about it, which we'll talk about later at the end.
Ooh,
But
Lordy.
he left his house, and he did not look good, I will say.
I mean, all
He
eyes
was-
on you, all eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. Joe said, "Thank the Lord, Maddie
Yeah.
came through."
I mean, imagine though you thinking this album's gonna be all about you because you were together for 6 years, and then it's like not even about you.
He probably got like 5 or 6 songs out of that whole 30.
Yeah.
Maddie probably got like 20.
Yeah. So I feel like that's one more like last to Joe Alwyn, which I'm here for because he sounds, and I'm so disappointed to hear that because I thought he was so attractive in his show Conversations with Friends. I was like, oh, girl, Taylor, I get it. And now I'm
Snooze
like,
fest.
I can't.
I'm
I
glad
literally
she
can't.
moved on. This was a solid album from her.
Yes.
I think if there's something for everyone, in my opinion, if you want there to be. And I'm happy.
I agree.
I'm happy with it. Go ahead,
Me too.
Taylor.
I've been listening to it on repeat. I was listening to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart right before we were recording. So, perfect.
Lordy.
Okay, Courtney, let's go ahead and get into the tea. I'm trying to drink
Bam.
2 of these a day. So I'm drinking water, boring.
Is that water? I've had a Stanley Cup for 2 months because they sent me one. I have not used it once, but I should.
I'm trying.
My
I'm doing
friend
a
uses
health
it
and
to bring
wellness
drinks to the movie
challenge.
theater. Are you?
Yes. With the House of Hill, we're doing a 30-day challenge.
I love that.
Where we have to move our body for 30 minutes a day, 5 out of 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Drink 72 ounces of water, which is 2 of these.
Okay.
And then also healthy, like choose some sort of healthy eating. So I said I'm trying to cook more at home, which yesterday was bad. Yeah, yesterday was a bad day because obviously I ate out like for my birthday. And then only drinking 2 days of the week.
Okay. That's
so
good,
like limiting alcohol. I
Mhm.
couldn't do no drinking because no one judged me, but your girl needs champs and I'm not trying to be perfect, you know?
Girl, we love a little drinky drink.
Yeah, and then at the end of the week, we check in, and everyone has to say something positive that happened to them that week.
I love you guys. That's so fun.
So a little
And you're
added
holding
dose
each
of-
other accountable
Yes.
and some positivity.
I've been doing like little daily videos, which actually, by the way, wave really quick so everyone can see us recording. Yes. Hi. Okay, perfect. Okay, Courtney. Well, now that we just talked about positivity, I feel bad that now we have to go to some negativity.
Oh, no, I love it.
Chris Brown and Quavo. We love a beef.
Oh, girl.
Cooked medium rare. So Chris Brown released a diss track aimed at Quavo titled Weakest Link. Then Quavo hit back with his own diss track titled Over Hoes and Bitches. And in Quavo's track, he included some of late Migos member Takeoff's voice, which is the only part of the song Chris Brown gave credit to. Chris Brown responded on his Instagram story immediately saying, Google Raps, that shit is poo. Damn, and I was excited. That shit don't even need a response. Takeoff rap better. And also I loved it because SUED got in on this a little bit too.
Ooh, got that nani, nani, nani. She dropping her song on Friday, all because of this, period.
Yep.
The gays won again.
Yep. Quavo like made a dig at her in the song, and then she posted that he's been trying to DM her, and I lived for it. There is no better clapback than just posting the receipts, in my opinion. What do we think? Did we expect this battle? This beef?
I did not expect this battle. Realistically, they're both trash because they both hit women. So, I mean, I really don't have a dog in this fight, but I do, in a historical sense, enjoy Chris Brown's music a lot more. And his diss track was better.
It was better.
To me, Quavo musically is just not good. So like I'm not surprised. Like people were like surprised that Chris Brown like out-rapped Quavo, but like if you've listened to Chris Brown in the past, like Chris Brown raps. Yes, we know him as like the pop and lock and broomstick, but like girl, Chris Brown is a hip hop artist to me. Like he sings, but he's a hip hop artist to me.
No, I agree.
Like I said, we win because out of all of this, SUED is now going to finally drop her Courtney highly anticipated song, Nani. And that's all I've wanted. So if this is if the attention forced her team to like be like, okay, we gotta expedite this, Chris Brown and Quavo, cheers to the girls' weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't really obviously listen to Chris Brown's current stuff, but I agree. Historically, like I loved Chris Brown's old stuff. I went to a Chris Brown concert, like obviously all pre-problematic behavior.
The Christmas movie?
You know, I was going to say, you know, this Christmas is in my yearly rotation. Again, pre-problematic behavior. But I agree. I just feel like his was so much better. And I feel like it's over now because Quavo's was not very good. So it's like, okay, I guess that's done.
I think that all of this, and it's like over women. This is like over like Karrueche, I think.
Yes.
So like, girl, who cares? Like, who cares? Karrueche, I hope you're having a good night rest and that.
I was going to say, I feel like she doesn't even care.
She doesn't care. Like, this is.
She's just like, why am I would like to be excluded from the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, no, I agree. Well, let's move on to talk about somebody else who really gets our blood pressure boiling. Billie Eilish. So, Billie Eilish is having people clutch their pearls this week thanks to a new interview with Rolling Stone. This interview is still trending, Courtney, which is like crazy to me. But in this interview, Billie opened up more about her sexuality, saying she wrote her new song Lunch after having her first intimate experience with a woman. She said that she's been in love with girls her whole life, but she didn't understand last year that she wanted a girly part. I'll just say it. She said vagina in her face. She also went into detail about bringing herself joy. Everyone put 2 and 2 together there. Bringing herself joy in the mirror and how it's helped her self-confidence and her self-esteem. Courtney, you know we are very pro anyone talking about their sexuality, pro anyone talking about self-confidence, self-esteem. But my issue with it is, how did we go from dragging Variety and our friend Tiana to now saying you wanted a vagina in your face?
Maddison, I have been struggling with this because obviously, like you said, like I support my
We have
community.
personal,
Like,
we feel personal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's like Billie Eilish is a young person. Like obviously I support her. She's such a a public figure in a way that she's really truly an influencer. Like you go to conventions, you see people dressed like Billie Eilish as their own personal style. My issue is like you said, when this came out on the carpet with our friend Tiana and giving her the interview, Billie Eilish, as far as I'm concerned, was out already.
She was. She brought it up
she was,
in
like,
the
out
original.
already.
Yes, in the original Variety piece, she brought it up and
so-
said,
and-
I've always liked girls, blah, blah, blah. And Tiana was asking a follow-up question to the article that was already out.
So like how can you be upset at Tiana for asking you a follow-up question to information you offered and then turn around and say that you would like someone's meow mix in your face? Like I'm just confused. Like where is the line there? You know?
No, that's exactly. I'm so happy you felt the same way because
I really didn't like that.
I was like, I feel like this interview is getting a lot of hype and praise. And again, I'm glad that she feels more comfortable maybe to talk about it now than she did before. And she's in a place, obviously, where she's been working on her self-esteem and her self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting way to do it, but whatever we got to do to build ourselves up and find self-love, I think is important. But it just felt like kind of spitting in Variety's face a little bit, and I think that's where I'm struggling with it.
You went from thanks to outing me, Variety, to I want a vagina in my face.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of, it's like too big of a jump for me, too quick, that I'm struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
But other people I feel like are like, yes, Billy, like that's our girl, which I live for you if you feel that way. You know, I think it's hard for us because we felt personally victimized because we were like,
Sure
absolutely not, you're going to drag our girl. Like, no.
Don't throw rocks and hide your hands, girl. Don't do that.
Exactly. Especially someone like Tiana who is so vocal about the LGBTQ community, married to her gorgeous wife, Sophie.
Beautiful
it was just
podcast.
literally, it's like, you're going to go after the feminist icon? And then go to Rolling Stone.
I was like, Billy don't even know who she talking about. I think that's why I felt offended, because it was like, if you knew Tiana, you would know Tiana's like the last person on earth that would like try to out you on, especially on such a big platform like that. So Billy, shove it up your ass, and we don't like it, and do better. Because
literally. And you know what? Keep doing you over there.
And if we feel like it, we might stream the new album, because she's not high on my priority list. TBH. Where's Lord?
You're not going to stream Lunch?
Hell no. Where's Lord? I need the green light, Lord.
I said it.
I said it. And the eyelashes can be mad.
Literally. Me. Okay, let's move on and talk about Neo T. Okay.
Not Milk Dud Head.
Yes, Milk Dud Head. Which, did you see he also has 2 girlfriends? Before we get into today's story, but did you see that?
I'm going to be very sensitive about the wording that I choose with this. I was very surprised that Neo had 2 girlfriends. And also Neo should always have a hat on. He should just super glue a hat to his head, gorilla glue a hat to his head, because him without a hat on, girl, y'all remember that? This is real niche. Y'all.
No, I know exactly what you're about to say.
If you guys have ever seen the show that used to come on WB, it was called Wayne Head. and I think it was made by the Wayans brothers. And Wayne had the big ass head, Maddison, and
Exactly
that's
what you're
exactly
talking
what Neo was looking like. He looking like Wayne head with a Justin Timberlake fedora on, and you need to quit it.
Oh my God. I'm literally dying over here from the two girlfriends, pause and sip, to the Wayne Heads reference that really took me out. Okay, so sorry. Getting back into it. So Neo, the mother of his children, made some accusations on Instagram Live this week. And also, obviously, his ex-girlfriend. Her name is SUED. I'm not going to say her last name correctly, but Bagnerise, I think is
That's
how you pronounce
Sade,
it.
Maddison.
Sade.
Sade. That's Sade.
Sade.
Like the singer, Sade.
Sade. In an Instagram Live, I was like, I am not saying this correctly. I know.
So who the hell is Sade?
Who the hell is Sade? I was like, oh, no, absolutely incorrect. Anyway, in her Instagram Live clip that is going everywhere, she can be seen filming Neo and accusing him of having hoes in the house, drugs, Matty Healy, prostitutes around their children, and physically assaulting her. She also accused Neo of having freak-offs and in the video even called him Diddy Jr., which now is a humongous accusation and loaded accusation. Now, Neo claims that he was trying to remove her from his house because she was causing a commotion. She claims she was at the house to watch the kids because he doesn't, basically saying he's a deadbeat dad. All of this is happening when children are present, which is the worst thing, in my opinion. I feel like you and I always harp on the children aspect of any sort of relationship like this. What happens from here? Like, now this is on social media, now this is public. He's walking around pretending like nothing's going on with his two girlfriends. And I feel like something's going to come of this, right?
Girl,
like, we're not just going to
CPS?
let this go.
CPS, call them Child Protective Services, because what's going on in the home?
Yeah.
And she's the one that put that out there at this point. If there is something happening in the home, girl, we need to call somebody. Because in the video, y'all, the kids are literally laying in the bed feet away as they're like, she's like screaming and yelling at him and stuff. We need the Child Protective Services to get involved, and we need to figure out what is going on in the home. And Neo, watch your babies if you're not. Also, body slamming people. I have a problem with that. This is not the WWE. So if you're out there body slamming people, Neo, maybe you need to be body slammed in a jail cell. I don't like that. This is one of those cases we got to believe the victim, right? So like, if she's saying she got body slammed by Neo and the Milk Dud Head, then she got body slammed by the Milk Dud Head. And she needs some justice.
Well, also, I think too, when there's video evidence to show someone having that level of rage, it's hard when there's video evidence of certain things to be like, let's give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I also think, we've talked a lot about this with Diddy, which, by the way, his alleged drug mule was officially charged this week. But I think he has kind of started this reckoning for a lot of people in the music industry, and his people who were allegedly affected by Diddy, I think, are starting to feel more empowered. Point A, and I think it's time for this bad behavior to be exposed, and I think it's time for these people to start being held accountable. I've said it once, I honestly don't even consider Neo like a super powerful man. Like, Diddy is somebody who has like businesses. And
Neo has a closet of fedoras.
So it's like, when was the last time Neo put out something that people were listening to? Like
2001.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, couldn't even tell you the last time. You Should Let Me Love You is like the only Neo song that literally comes to mind.
Let Me Love You is Mario, right?
Oh, Mario! Oh my God, you're right.
Damn it!
Sorry, Mario.
Neo is so sick.
No. Love song. But what was his other big hit?
Miss Independent.
That's why I love her.
Like, he had like a few, but it was just 50 years ago.
Okay, but it really was 2002.
Yeah, that was like, girl, we were like in school still, for sure.
Okay, because I feel like we were in like 8th grade when that happened. So So he should be an easy takedown. He's not that powerful. Back to my point.
I agree. Neo, at one point went to my gym. So like, we know you ain't powerful. You going to my gym?
That is not true.
Yeah.
Your gym
Like, up the
is
street.
good. No,
No,
I know,
girl,
but I'm saying your gym is good.
Girl, I just had to
I
upgrade
know.
because they was, girl, don't play with my gym hours, girl. Don't do that. I'm up at the crack of dawn, girl. They
I
extended
know.
my gym out. Girl, y'all need to open up at 5. So I had to upgrade the gym membership. So I go take a little Uber over there, girl, because I need to be in the gym at 5.
So now you're not working out with Neo, which honestly,
Unfortunately.
blessing in disguise
I don't want
after
to be
what we
body
learned
slammed
this
by a
week.
human milk dud. I don't want it.
No, I cannot with you continuing to call him.
Y'all, please, if you're listening to this, please close Spotify or wherever you listen. Please Google Neo scalp or Neo's head shape. And then open up in a different tab, milk duds, out the box. Sugar babies, out the box. That's what his head is shaped like. And then Google Wayne head. Tell me I'm wrong.
Dying. I am dying. Okay, let's move on and talk about Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, this is actually not good, Megan Thee Stallion tea.
No, it's not.
It's like really bad. And it's unfortunate because you guys know we're always like kind of riding hard for Megan Thee Stallion. Wow, day before my birthday, you guys. Unfortunate. A lawsuit was filed by Emilio Garcia. He claims that he witnessed Megan having sexual relations with another woman in a vehicle, and he is suing her under the California law that states employees who work over a certain number of hours cannot be classified as independent contractors. This is a big law. I remember when this went into effect because this went into effect at our old job and it was like a discussion.
Ooh.
Emilio is also suing for punitive damages, attorney's costs, unpaid wages, plus interest on unpaid wages. I know that's right. Unpaid overtime wages and other employee benefits at the legal rate. Now, from the lawsuit, this is a direct quote. The following day, Stallion inquired whether plaintiff was in the SUV the previous night. Plaintiff confirmed that he was in the SUV. Subsequently, Stallion instructed, "Don't ever discuss what you saw." Allegedly, then Megan berated and directed her fat-shaming comments towards Emilio, such as "fat bitch, spit your food out, and that you do not need to be eating." Emilio says in the lawsuit, quote, "I felt uncomfortable, I was kind of frozen, and I was shocked at kind of just the overall audacity to do this right beside me." Now, Megan's lawyer obviously has denied these allegations, saying this is an employment claim for money with no sexual harassment claim filed and with salacious accusations attempted to embarrass her. We will deal with this in court. Thoughts, Courtney? Is it a smear campaign? Do we think she was inappropriate with this man? What do we think?
I honestly don't doubt that Megan Thee Stallion was playing around with a woman in the car with Emilio. I don't doubt that.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. What's wrong with it is, one, you're somebody's employer, so you should not be having sex with somebody
in the car with your
employee literally right there beside you. I don't like the fat shaming comments. I think that alone, girl, we see what's happening with Lizzo in her career right now off of the fat shaming and everything
Get
else.
out of my brain.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Megan, it's interesting that you put out music and disses about laws, et cetera, but what you do in the dark has now come to light. So now what? Give that boy his money. Give that boy his money. Legally. Because, like, if you work in somebody like that, and Emilio is my mutual, so I know for a fact he was with her all the time. He deserved that overtime, at the very least. And if she's embarrassed by what she's done, have sex with people with just you and the partner. Not your employee.
In the room.
That's strange to me, Maddison. Strange, weirdo behavior.
That, to me, is someone who, again, feels entitled.
Untouchable,
feels
invincible.
Like, nothing's... Especially, I feel like, because the pendulum swung so far the other way of pro-Megan. Like I said, like, we were actually always pro-Megan in the Tory Lane situation. But it took the public a little bit longer to catch up in that situation. And I think because everyone has been so pro-Megan, she might have kind of felt like, I've been through the worst of it, right?
Mm.
Whenever you go through something really bad, you're like, surely nothing else is going to come. So like, and I escaped that, so I'm fine. And then this happens, and I agree with you. You cannot be doing that in the car with someone who works for you.
Because
Like,
what did you think was going to happen when eventually that employee leaves the company? They
and
can
to
say
me,
whatever they want.
that is harassment. Like, I know Megan's attorney is saying, like, there's no allegation of that, but I'm sorry, if my boss was doing that in front of me, I probably would have gotten out of the car because I would be so, you know me, I would have been like, oh my God, I can't. Not this. Like, I just, like, literally can't. But that is a form of harassment because you are so stunned and you know this person has more power over you, more money over you. It's inappropriate. It's making you feel uncomfortable. It's making you feel violated. Like, that is a form of harassment if this allegedly happened, in my opinion. You know, I'm like, that's bad. He should be compensated for that and should be compensated for the hours that he worked at the bare minimum.
Give that boy his money.
Yeah. That's
You already
interesting
know how
that
you already know how I feel about employers being late with a check as a creator. So like I couldn't imagine him putting in these countless hours following her around, filming everything, taking pictures, and you not getting paid for that. No, she need to pay up. Hands up, cash out, like a gross sister.
Especially because you said you like know that he was always around.
Yeah, I just follow him on Instagram. Like we follow each other, so I know for a fact he was always with her. She owe him that money. So Megan,
And
pay
you
up.
know,
You got it.
Courtney, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is not the first Megan employee who's come and accused her of stuff. Remember,
it was like
years ago?
the hairstylist or like the makeup artist. They were like,
Okay,
he had
that's
said
what I thought.
he wanted his credit or something for like doing her makeup, and she was never tagging him.
Okay, that's what it was. Because I remember talking about this in the old days, the dog old days. Okay, so that's what I thought. I was like, this isn't the first employee who has said something. And I remember at the time, I was under the impression, I was like, oh, you know, whenever you start to blow up, people come out of the woodworks. You know, these people are trying to get a check. People are trying to bring you down. But now this is giving me new perspective on maybe an opinion I had 5 years ago.
Yeah, because it's like, if you're not paying me, the least you could do is tag me in the damn picture.
Yeah. So now I'm like, oh, God, Maddison, cringe that you responded that way.
That was years ago.
But we didn't know. We didn't know. But it's just like, now another employee's coming forward and making accusations.
Hottie girl, you got to figure that out with your employees because it's not sounding good.
Especially because she's getting ready to go on tour. So.
Okay, you're going to make that money right back. Give that boy that money.
Yeah. Do you think that this has the potential to blow up negatively for her, like Lizzo's lawsuits have blown up negatively for her?
If Megan Thee Stallion gets her behind on Instagram Live and act a fool like she does whenever she's in a court case, yes. If I were her, I would never mention anything about it. I wouldn't like no tweets about it. I wouldn't go on Instagram Live about it. I would just let it play out in court and give that boy his money and move on. But we know with Megan, there's a chance that may not happen. And she may get up on Instagram Live. You know you said you wanted to be there. Like, you know what I mean? Like with Tori. You know you shot me. Duh. Like she might and just make things worse. I hope that, like she treated the Bigfoot diss, she just shuts her behind up and goes back to the studio.
Yeah. And again, the fat shit. Oh, sorry, I'm just like rethinking all the details. I'm like the fat shaming of it too. Just.
Who do you think you are? Because if someone started talking about her new nose, then they wrong, right?
Game over. I also just like, as
let
someone
people have whatever body they want.
Yeah, I just am also like, I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm like, as someone who's thicker, maybe I'm just sensitive. I'm like, how dare you?
It's rude from anyone, let alone your
rude.
employer, because then you feel like you can't even say something back because you're going to lose your rent money.
Like, okay. Anyway, Megan, disappointing, to say the least.
Nay down. Big.
Nay down. Honestly, dare I say double.
Double nay down.
Double nay down.
This stable stinks, Meg.
That's the tea. Okay, let's talk about the fallout from our girls' Tortured Poets department, because while we're living for it, she did drag people. Obviously, we talked about her drags on Matty Healy, but she also dragged Miss Kimberly Kardashian.
And I love
And Courtney, what was your initial reaction when you saw the title and the K and the I and the M were capitalized?
Oh, I literally went and clicked it.
Yeah.
I didn't waste no time. I wanted to know what was going on. I said, wait, hold on. What in the speak now? Girl, look at this. I'm not even, girl, went right to it. Didn't listen to none of them other songs. I said, hold on. She tagging and dragging right here on this one. I loved it.
So did I. And I was not expecting this on this album at all. I thought we weren't going to get a Kim drag until Reputation Vault tracks.
Same. That was the taste.
Like, and she just brought that out of nowhere and just served it so eloquently. And the drag about her kid coming home from school, singing her songs, and I know
Loved
people
it.
are up in arms about that. I live for it.
It's the truth.
Thank you.
What they mad for? That's North come home singing the
Courtney.
damn songs.
Courtney, the amount of comments I have seen that people are like, no, Taylor is wrong for bringing her kids into it. You have beef with the mom. Don't bring the kids into it. And I'm like, okay, she didn't say anything bad about North. She wasn't like North is a bad kid. She literally just said like, LOL, the satisfaction that your kid's coming home singing my music and I can't stand you. And that's something only we know.
Maddison.
Yes.
Why do you think Kim just can't say sorry?
Courtney, the way I have pondered that for so long, especially this week, I think, okay, here's what irritates me because I've seen so many reports where people are like, you know, sources are saying Kim was under Kanye's spell. She was defending her man, like she was doing what she thought was right at the time. And it's like, okay, but I don't understand why you can't come forward and say, hey, that was wrong. My bad. I'm sorry. I truly think it's because Kim thinks she didn't do anything wrong. And that's the only reason why you don't apologize is because you adamantly believe you didn't do anything wrong. Now, even if that's the case, after hearing the trauma that Taylor Swift went through as a person, and now that Kim is a mom, the fact that she can't even at least apologize for how it affected Taylor, that's where I have an issue.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that kind of
unfortunate.
speaks to your character, in my opinion.
And Maddison, what happens on the day that North Googles Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, North, what? You know how you young and you just Google whatever. Taylor Swift, like, you know what if she wind up liking the song? That particular song, just randomly, and then she go and Google it and your mom face pop up looking crazy.
Which I think she probably already knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way she hasn't heard this news, right?
In my mind, she's on TikTok, right? Yes, her comments are turned off, but I imagine she still scrolls a For You page. She knows what's trending. She makes like better TikToks than I do. Also, she goes to school. I imagine
Everybody
those kids at the school, thank you. Everyone loves Taylor. And they're saying, oh my God, K-I-N. I mean, they're like, what, 10, 11, 12? They know how to spell. They know that those are capital letters that spell out K-I-N. I mean, unless maybe they don't know the past, and so that maybe they don't know. I mean, I know Kim has said she has like a really strong handle on what her kids discuss at school. But still, I feel like North has to have an idea.
She has
If
to.
she's tearing up couches to go see her dad, she has an idea.
I can't. I really enjoy the fact that Taylor put this song on the album to let Kim know, yeah, some years went by, but shit ain't sweet.
Don't
Shit
be
ain't
posting.
sweet, but sorry's easy.
Courtney, that
You
is
know?
that is one of the most iconic pieces of advice that you've ever dropped. Say it one more time.
Shit ain't sweet, but sorry is easy.
Oh my God, it's like a light bulb. Hopefully Kim
Madison, you are
Kardashian hears
silly.
this. You know what, also too? I was saying, I think Kris Jenner is probably letting Kim wallow in this embarrassment because remember how Kris wanted Kim to apologize when it happened? And I know Kris is sitting up there being like, I mother effing told you so. And now you are rightfully getting embarrassed.
And you know what, Maddison? I like that Taylor put this song on the album. Going back to the shit ain't sweet. You could have all my friends on these little skim ads all you want. You can have Sabrina Carpenter up there in the little bra, whatever. Shit ain't sweet, but sorry is easy, and I'll never be in a skim campaign until you call me. It very much was giving that, because it is interesting that how they kind of like pick these people that are around Taylor to do the Skims ads, knowing damn well Taylor don't like this girl, you know? So Taylor was just like, just to let you know how you spank a child hand, don't run in the street, like Nikki said, don't run in the street. That's what she was doing, okay?
Yep, just reminding her. Neither am I. And for people who say Taylor needs to get over it,
and Kim gonna get it again when rep drops, so it's fine.
Yeah, I literally don't care. I think she has every right to express herself how she wants to feel. And I feel like now that she's gotten it out, she's done. And Kim was on Jimmy Kimmel this week acting like nothing happened. But I know that song bothered her. I know it did. And people can tell me Kim doesn't care. We have been covering the Kardashians for how many years at this point, Courtney?
Too many.
Several. We know what makes them tick. And this shit makes Kim tick.
It does. Okay. And like you said, I know that Kris Jenner feels some type of way because she wanted Kim to apologize, and also just from a business standpoint, like them working together is more profitable for the family than not.
And I will say, because people were asking me, do you think Taylor would do a Skims campaign, like if they made up? One of my friends asked me that, and I said, honestly, probably not.
I don't think so.
Like, I really think at this point, she's looking, actually, and you know what? I don't even think she's looking for an apology anymore. Because at this point, an apology would be not genuine.
It would feel like
at this point, yeah. If Kim apologized, it'd be like, oh, she's sick of getting dragged, like in her comments.
Because it's been so long.
Yeah. It's like, it took this for you to apologize. No. Now the apology's dead. I don't care. And now you're going to lose money because that is one thing. Kim has very successful businesses, but the one market she will never tap into is Taylor Swift and Swifties. Yeah. She lost 100,000 followers this week.
Really? Mm-hmm. Whoa. That's kind of crazy.
100,000 followers. That's kind of a lot.
That's a lot, Maddison. Mm-hmm. That's like almost all mine. Like, that's a lot.
One day for me. One day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's definitely, and again, it's not like she gets paid for followers, but I think that shows the impact of people being reminded of this. And I do think people are not going to want to maybe support Skims as much, buy Skims as much.
Especially during this album season. Mm-hmm. Oof.
So.
Kim, you might just want to go ahead and send a fruit basket.
With some white wine. She prefers white wine.
A
little Sauvy B.
Something has to happen there.
A nice Sauvy B, crisp.
Even if Taylor don't accept the apology, at least you could say you did.
Yes.
And then truly move on, because then obviously her audience will say, well, she at least apologized. Y'all can't
and then I'm going to have to be like, yeah, she did. Yay.
We don't like you.
I'm still bitter. But it's because I'm a grudge holder, I forgive, I never forget.
So is Taylor.
And that's why we stand. And that's also why I've been telling people, you know what? I'm sorry. Maddie and Joe are getting no grace from me for at least 2 more weeks.
And that's fine.
I will not be giving
They
this man
are
grace.
just fine, Greg.
Absolutely not. Matty Healy. Haggard. Yes. Matty Healy was in the streets. Literally, he was in LA, walking alone, which is kind of weird. I don't know if you saw the video, but I was like, that's
Were they asking
crazy.
about the album?
Yeah, they asked him about the album and his diss track, which I'm like, poorly worded question because the entire album is basically dragging
Diss project.
Yeah, diss project. Discography. Can't even speak. He said, my diss track, I haven't really listened to that much of it, but I'm sure it's good. And he laughed.
Maddie,
he hasn't listened to The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Maddie,
I feel like he's listened.
He a liar.
Yeah.
A dirty looking liar. Bye. Mm-hmm. Taylor, thank God you found a man with money and a funny family. Because this was not it. Give me the Kelseys any damn day. Where Donna at? That's his mama name, Donna?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Donna. Because, whatever that is over there with the Heelys, yeah, they could keep that.
Mm-hmm. No, Donna was I just saw a report. Donna was at some QVC convention.
QVC
This
has a
week-
convention?
Yes, they have a convention. And
God, now I
Donna-
gotta take
Donna
my
was
mom to a
there.
convention.
Donna was there. She was on a panel because she's giving QVC. And somebody asked her, like, have you heard the songs about Travis on the album? And she said, she was like, oh, I've heard that there's a couple songs that some people think are about Travis, but I'm just going to ask her next time I see her.
I know that's right.
Oh, yeah, casual. I will say the Kelseys, the parents have, like, Donna and Ed have figured out the press so well.
Really?
And they just answer in the most, like, genuine way that gives people just a little bit without giving too much.
Well, I mean, they're the parents of a football player.
That's true. Two.
They probably get bothered in the damn diner. Like, you know? So they probably got them questions, those answers, like, locked and loaded.
No, and I know that Taylor's dad, or Travis and Jason's dad, is, like, geeking out that he was briefly referenced on So High School. Because he's just that kind of dad. You know what I mean?
Aw,
He
it
just
must be
is.
fun to be written about.
I know. I will say, Courtney, I was unwell when I heard So High School. Because I have been...
You know what she did purposely? She made that song sound like
The AI song.
no. She made it sound like some shit that we would have heard when we were like 15, 16. Because
I
doesn't
know.
that sound like sounds like a One Tree Hill,
A
like transition
rom-com.
song? Yeah, it sounds like a rom-com. It has that kind of feel to it. And
I
I've been predicting that that's what the next album will sound like. Like that, so
Yeah.
hits different. There are a few songs that have that kind of feel to it.
I love Hits Different.
Me too.
But her talking about the spiciness between her and Travis too a little bit in that song, I was like,
Now, Donna, tell us about that.
yeah. I was living for it. I was like, ooh. And you can tell that that was written like during the summer.
Yeah.
Like July, August, September, like when it was right at the beginning. And I'm living for every second of it.
I think So
I
High
love
School
it.
will be a single.
I hope so.
I wanted her to make a video to it. Did you like the Fortnite visual?
Oh, I know. I forgot to ask you about that. I did. I thought it was like very cerebral, very Taylor. I almost felt like I wasn't smart enough to be watching it, but it looked like cinematically, it was really, really good.
I liked seeing Post Malone without the face tattoos.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
He
And I
pretty.
she had the original actors from Dead Poet Society.
Right? Right? Is that why I was
Yeah.
like noticing like names and
Yeah.
credits and stuff? I was like, I
Ethan
recognize
Hawke
some of
was
these
in
names.
there, and I can't remember the other one's name. But yeah, just like full circle classic Taylor, you know.
It reminded me
bringing
a little
everything
bit of the Ariana video, the We Can't Be Friends. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm ready for her to tour again. That album. This
Ariana?
album. No, Taylor.
Oh.
Let's get it
Oh,
going.
okay. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not over Ariana and SpongeBob. But Taylor, I know. So how do we work this new album into the Eras tour? Do you think she's going to add a little bit?
Girl,
and if
the
so, I'm
tour
gonna be
can't be
pissed.
5 hours.
I know, it's already so long. I mean, it could be longer.
She
but...
needs to go ahead and rework Loverfest in this theme and
Yeah.
give us 4 little shows and call
In
it a
LA.
day. It's I think Loverfest was like LA, New York, Chicago, and something else. Do that again. Just do it in black and gray.
Yeah.
And just whoever shows up. And maybe she does like the majority of the songs from this album, but then she mixes in maybe like different times. She has like, different albums that she performs, something like that.
I was going to say, or if she waits until she releases her fun poppy album, she could do a little.
Like a double.
Kind of like a Jekyll Hyde. Not Jekyll Hyde,
Well,
because
then,
that's
girl,
one.
that would mean that the next album better come soon.
I know.
We need.
I mean, if she
we
can
need
do
that by
this-
December.
Yeah, if she can do this and record, like, tour and finish this album,
But then when are we getting Reputation, Maddison?
Oh, you and Keely Shay, Courtney. My sister is like,
I need it.
That's every
like
time
everybody's album.
she gets her hopes up and then she's like, clown nose. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what
But
to tell
same,
you.
honestly, same. When she changed her picture to black and gray, I was like, oh girl, where's my?
I know, and
album?
then Travis did too. So I was like, oh my God, Travis is in. Also, did you see the episode of New Heights? I guess there were clips I've been seeing on TikTok, but he was like also like throwing up the 2, like doing subtle hints during
No, I
the
didn't see
podcast
that.
episode. And I was like, she has this man
Yeah.
wrapped around her finger. He's
Oof,
like, I
he's
went in
into
on the
it.
I went in on the tips, like the little Easter eggs. Also, last thing, and then we're gonna put it in the teapot. But I did
Okay.
also see a funny clip from his recent podcast where he couldn't pronounce the name or the word pseudonym. And
How did
he
he
was
pronounce
like,
this word?
he skipped it altogether and then just went on and was like, a myriad. And then Jason like made fun of him. He's like, I'm sorry, you have to stop. They had a guest on, but he's like, you have to stop because you just skipped that word altogether. And he's like, you know, I struggle with words with the silent P. Like, I didn't know how to
I
say
know a
it.
lot of people that struggle with silent P words.
Same. I struggle with silent P's, but I think it's the difference between him and Taylor when it comes to that. Like, she's such a wordsmith.
Yeah.
And then, like, him
And he
genuinely
can't
sometimes,
spell squirrel.
yeah, getting things wrong. Something about that is so genuine and authentic to me that I'm obsessed.
I think everyone deserves a fun, lovely himbo that treats them right. And Taylor, she's nailed the formula.
I know. Finally. You know what? Girl kissed a lot of frogs. Let's let her have her moment.
Some ugly ass frogs too. Harry, about the only other prince you had, girl. Let's keep it real, girl. And by the way, we can't answer this, but Harry Styles put out a goddamn album. Where are you? We need it. We should have had a single 2 weeks ago. No more pleasing shops. I'm not going. Where's the album?
Courtney, I'm cutting that for social.
Because what the hell?
I'm still giggling over Harry's about the only other prince you had. Oh my God,
You
that
know
took me
Taylor
out.
love her little busted one.
I
Harry
know
about
she
the
does.
only other good looking man you had. And we got 1989, one of the best ones. Okay.
That's true.
This next Taylor Swift album about to eat that, girl.
I know. And you know, 1989 is Travis's favorite. So
And the man got good taste. Listen, we can't have it
know.
all. We all can't play sports well, have great music taste, and spell. Like
Literally.
something's got the balance.
there has to be he knows how to ball, she knows Aristotle. I'm sorry. Name a more
Literally.
iconic line. I know people are calling it cheesy. I fucking love it.
Is it
I think
cheesy or
it's
can we
funny.
just all understand it? Is that what
Thank
it is?
you. Thank you. And honestly, again, relatable. You can't have it all. He's good at his job. He's smart on the field. He does what he needs to do. Taylor can pronounce pseudonym. He doesn't need to pronounce pseudonym. She's got it covered.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our final segment. And
Put it in the teapot.
okay, Courtney, we actually have a submission for putting it in the teapot this week.
Yeah.
If you would like us to read your Put It in the Teapot submission, make sure to email us at toastteapot@gmail.com. Or you can also email us or DM us on Instagram or TikTok at toastteapod. So this submission is coming from Brittany Kelly. Brittany said, I want to put in the teapot this week a little quote about self-love. I notice this world is becoming more selfish and people are only looking out for their self. But in all reality, helping someone else makes you feel better about yourself, even if it's something as simple as opening the door for somebody, can change that person's day. So this week, let's try not to forget even the littlest things matter, and everybody is unique and special in their own way. I love that.
I know that's right. I agree with that. I'm like rereading it as I'm talking. But I agree. I think that it's natural for us to like see things from our point of view and to care about ourselves, but it always feels good to help other people, especially when you see and you know that they need help. It's so easy to like ignore, bypass, pretend as if like you don't see someone struggling because maybe helping someone makes your situation a little bit difficult, but you have to understand that the energy you put out always comes back tenfold. So you may help someone out in this moment, and maybe you get behind on other things, but I promise, like, that good energy comes back to you and maybe even double. So thanks, Brittany, and thanks for putting it in the teapot via the YouTube comments.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I love hearing from you guys. I feel like it's so nice to hear from the community and give us new perspective and also a good reminder, because I agree. Even just smiling at someone and saying good morning.
Yeah.
You never know. We're all going through our own individual ish, you guys. Like, we all have heavy stuff going on, and I like the reminder that even the little things still count. And you're right, Courtney, everything comes back to you tenfold, for sure.
Yeah. Hold
Even
the damn door and say thank you.
Even negativity, so remember that next time.
Good point. Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely right, Maddison.
All right, you guys, that is all we have for you on this week's episode of Toast to Tea Pod. Make sure you're following us over on Instagram and TikTok. Also, make sure you are liking this video if you're watching on YouTube. You're subscribed to our YouTube channel. You have the notification bell on. Make sure you're subscribing on Spotify or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. You can also follow me at I am Maddison Hill on Instagram and TikTok, and Maddison Hill 93 on Snapchat. Courtney?
You can follow me at Courtney Revolution on the Instagram and at Court Revolution on Snapchat and TikTok and Twitter.
Yes, you guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye!